Okay, cool. Welcome back to another journey of the Noob. Journey of a Noob game, episode 10 Noob game, episode 10. It's been a while since I've done one. Also, I'm doing something different. I'm doing an offline video. I've been doing sort of live streaming videos, and to be fair, I want to give this one a go. I think I can get a better quality video out of this. So yeah, we're gonna give it a try, and yeah, what am I into today? So okay, today I want to look at another one of our team games. If you look at the amount of games I've played, well, you can see I'm on level 121 so far. Oh, I mean, I've probably played, I don't know, give or take about maybe about 100 games, more than 100 games. And you can see the type of games I've been playing, where my win-loss ratio is. I haven't had a lot of solo wins, but in terms of the win to loss ratio, and yeah, it's kind of the same with the team games. Ranked, I mean, ranked is tough. Ranked is tough. Like ranked is really tough. These guys are really good. I think this one I probably won like maybe one ranked game, and that was a group game. So today I want to look at one of the games we lost, and I think the nice thing about this game is there's a lot we can learn from this game. There's a lot I can learn from the game. And as you know, as noobs at this stage of gameplay, we still enjoy playing a lot more team games than what we do as individuals. So I think before we start the game, one of the things that I noticed about myself is that my military count, and this is a trend for almost all the games that I play, my military count simply just isn't where I want it to be. And I'm not entirely sure what it is. I think I've got a suspicion that I built too few military buildings. I think early game I'm okay in terms of the rate of the military that I keep up with, if I look at op as well. But I think when it comes to late game, I struggle to kind of continue with that rate of unit production. So I want to take a look at this game quickly and see sort of what us as a team could have done better, and where we sort of went wrong. Yeah. So let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's going to take a while to load. I'll give it some time to load, but just the background again. My brother and my mate again. We have 4 guys in that team. Yeah, very rarely do we play team games with anyone else, and we probably play a team game maybe once every 2 to 3 days. We probably have a session where we get like about 2 games in. So from a team perspective, I mean, for us that continuously plays team games, I think it's important for us as a team to understand, like, you know, where we can improve, what we can do as a team. Now, this is probably probably the last like week we've probably played about, well, me with the group, we've probably played about 5 to 6 games, and we've probably won about 1 of those 6 games in the last couple of days. So what I want to do is I just want to actually get the volume, just crank down the volume before I speed up the game, just so I can have a little bit more, you can hear a bit more of the commentary opposed to the audio effects of the game. And yeah, look at this game. I'm playing with Ottomans, and what was slightly annoying about this game was that I did end up going for a dark green color, and my teammate had a light green, so it was kind of confusing, you know, navigating through the map and sort of spotting his villages to mine. A mistake I'm hoping to never do again. So this game I played with Ottomans. I just wanted to, you know, the games before this I was playing with Ruse, so I just thought I'll mix it up. I had quite a bit of a losing streak with Ruse, and I just thought, okay, let me just mix it up and let me see if I can do something different with Ottomans. I mean, the start was okay. Again, not too different from a decent start. I think one of the things in this game that we looked at was my brother was blue. He wants to start building higher up in in the middle ground. And one of the things that they caught us out with was sort of securing our trade post. Okay. Another thing that my brother does quite well is he tends to get a decent amount of units out soon. So that's something I'm going to sort of pause and continuously just look throughout the game and just see whether that's something I can improve on. That's something I can improve on. Right? So that's gonna kind of be another big one. I just want to keep an eye on. Now this time, my first age gets kicked in. I want to take a look at op. The guys were playing Sengoku Dynasty, Knights Templar, and I think the other one was HRE. I think HRE is here in the middle in pink. And the guy who was really doing damage was the Knights Templar guys. He went to TC. Okay, something to learn from there. I think I decided to go to TC as well in the game, albeit quite late. And then, the Sengoku guy, he was kind of just going for an eco buff at the start. And then later on, they only decided to make their way down to press us. But look, let's go forward and see what things look like around 10 minutes. Op is hauling up. There's a couple of pressing going on. I think I was scouting at this point. I did hurt a bit of this guy's Yatai. But I decided to pull back, not to get too involved. At this point in time, pink was pushing me. I did scout a bit deep. I had a couple of units out, especially with that fast unit production that you get from Ottomans. So yeah, I do have kind of a bit of a response unit at the start. I took my Vizier points, used it on my imams, and it was always very helpful at the start of the game to level up. Okay, so we're 10 minutes in, and I just want to take a look at everyone's situation right now. On my side, I've got my economy is okay. I've got 9 military units, 37 economic units. So all in all, not too bad. Compare that to my teammate. I'm probably about 10 more than him, but he's got military as well. Let's take a look. So 9 military, 37. So yeah, a little bit faster than my teammate there, but again, that's perfectly fine. And this is something for my brother. Yeah, he's always kind of a little bit ahead. So he's got 80 units. He's managed to get 32 economic units, which and 7 military units, which is largely about 10 more than me. But if you look at his resources, yeah, they're kind of balancing out. He's got more on Huda this time. He's got some on gold. On my side, I have got a relatively similar split. I've probably got the 3 idle villages that could have probably gone on gold, but we have a relatively idle split. And if I look at the total resources that I've collected, which is something I just want to keep my eye on, I'm sort of there about. I've got more meat than my brother. He's got more wood, and I think that's the big difference between us, because he tries to go militarily stronger at the beginning of the game. And yeah, I have collected some gold, and I've been shifting my gold resources sort of around. But the thing that's a little bit scary is that opposition have got that they beat us on almost every sector. I mean, I think 13 idle, again, my teammate, he's got the most meat from all of us. But the gap in hood from me and op, and the gap in gold from us and op is something of a standout. So yeah, I mean, the resources all in all largely the same. Not too much problem with that. I'm gonna go play it a little bit slower. I want to take a look at my brother's production buildings that he has at this time. So he's got not too many. He's got about 3 production buildings, but he's continuously pumping out archers. So looking at his play, he's got about 20 military units at this point in the game. I'm gonna look at my play. and I've got about 11 military units still. He goes a bit high. He's got a decent response unit. He tries to hold off on the right side here because he was being pressed. I mean, this is not a heavy press. Op had about 2 units out there, and he slowly wanted to try and secure the side of the pitch. I mean, there's not much going on there. Later down the line, I think what's happened is he's reinforced this right side. You can see a lot more horsemen coming out. We are 12 minutes in the game. There should have been. We are reaching castle age, so it is possible to get, sort of decent raiding squad out there. And then my brother decided to, let me leave the center out a bit and go to the right. And this is where he was sort of pinging on us, letting us know that we need to try and reinforce. Look, at this point in time, I'm slowly getting my military out, and that's probably primarily from normal eco. My brother's still got 10 more. He's on 24 military, and 13 idle is on 13. So he's got about the same amount on their side. They've got 2 military on the right guy. They got 14 military on the pink who's pressing, and red he's only got 13 military. So in all, the game is at a balance at this stage. Pink just decided to push early with the sort of units that he's had. And I think my brother ended up winning this fight this side, but later down the line, as the game started to go, they started to reinforce. He was saying at this stage that, we need to look out for things, and they were being reinforced. So I just want to slow it down here, and now look at what we could have done differently. So Op that's red, he's got 0 idle, he's got 90, but he's got 15 military units, and most of which is part of the 2v1 that my brother's facing over here. Op, most of them are sitting on sort of the similar amount of units that we've got, Now, I had a plan at this stage, because my brother did say that he thinks he's doing an okay job. My plan here was to start, pressing in the center. And you can see I've started to get production buildings, some smashes out. This guy's got 0 cover. He's got villagers in his base, and he's got a raiding army that my brother's taking care of. And look over here. I think I'm starting to get military. I'm starting to pump out. I've got a decent amount of units. Just pausing it over here quickly. If I compare myself, I've got 28 military. I'm pop cap at 80. My brother's at 90. He's got 26. Idle. He's got 22. So this is at the 15th minute. Op, they've probably got a similar amount on op side. This guy's got 72 economic units with 22 idle villages. I think this is the guy who went 2 TC early. And I mean, I think that's the difference with going 2 TC early. And you can see the resource buff at this stage. He's going Knights Templar, which is similar to what my teammate's playing. And that may be something for these big team games, something that we need to look at a lot more. Going to TC in this game, because there's no real harm. I know from a military perspective it's relatively low. But at such an early eco, I mean, it can really make a difference, for you to get ahead in the game. Now, let's play it out here. Now, one of the things I wanted from us as a team is trying to coordinate a bit better. I think here, Villages is pushing high up. We like this move. This is a good move. I mean, this is a 2 TC play. My brother has dealt largely with the threat from the right. It is a 2v1, but that's keeping him busy. And I thought at this stage, look, you know what? This is happening there. He's mopping up. Let me go in and attack here. And I think maybe I should have coordinated here. This is where I think maybe I should have coordinated, because Red's focus is split right. He's generating units, some of which is being kept home, a lot of which is being used on the right side. Maybe I could have coordinated a bit better with Villages to try and press the middle. Can Villages accommodate me if we had to press? He's got 22 military units. My brother's busy on the side. That's fine. I'm sitting on 31 military units. So could we have pressed together? And this is the type of thing that I need to understand. Now the other thing is about my teammate is sometimes he's on his mic, sometimes not. He hasn't started to get on his mic, but I think we need to coordinate a lot better here because at this point in time, the game is largely at the balance. My brother's balling off here. They sort of isolated. There's a raid going on here. The guy who's not part of this has got a mediocre. He's got similar military production, largely what is foot units. I think the game is in the balance here. We could take advantage. I don't think we would have gotten that far. I probably missed out on this town center as an opportunity. I think I went in and then went for this unit and then changed my mind to rather slow down his military production. And maybe I could have raided a bit better had I coordinated, because I've got my units down here as a backup. There's a lot that could have happened at this stage that I think we could have done a bit better. Okay, so letting it play out quickly. Top is going on. I decided to push through forward, hoping maybe that gives some breathing room to my teammate over here. I go in with the smashes. He doesn't see me. That guy's still pulling units to the right. He then comes back, sees what's happening here, and yeah, I mean, I think my spearman came at a good time. I could have used my horseman probably to take out these guys if I was coordinated a bit better, and I could have probably had a good unit helping on the rush. I didn't come later down the line with my Sipahis, but it's too little too late. And I've got to then challenge, mounted samurai. Heavy mounted samurai, which is just not going to suffice. I mean, I end up coming in there just to sort of mop it up. I thought what I'll do is, me just take him on a run around to give my brother some breathing room. And Oppers already started to sort of bunker down here. Try to secure the keep away from us. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not too much going on here. And yeah, I just declared these are throwaway units. I mean, a lot of these are auto-builded, so I'm not too concerned about it. But yeah, my coordination wasn't that great here. Look, and then the game plays out. Op is starting to get stronger. Armies are being built. This guy's eco is off the roof. You take a look at the collected resources. They've got economy units running, and they are generally at a better place eco-wise than what we are, especially the single guy who's boosting. Especially the single guy who's part of no combat and he's boosting. And you look at where we are. I think me and you can see here the difference in terms of meat. You can see there as the guys who was fighting where they're sitting right now, and where we're sitting on gold and where they're sitting on gold, and the importance of it and what they're going to use that for. They need more gold for the heavy units. We're lacking on gold. We from villager side, maybe a little bit sort of there and there about on meat and hood. Still fine, I think. But yeah, the game is at the balance, and I think from here on outwards, I think it's largely just a case of op coordinating a bit better. Here he's built quite a strong unit. These are difficult to take around. These elite crossbowmen and this Genoa guys. So yeah, this was very tricky to turn around. And maybe just a bunch of Sipahi would have done the trick. I've got a unit building up here. I've got my age up building. I was one of the first to age up my team, and I guess across the group. So I think that's a nice thing about Ottomans and what I'm comfortable about him with. But I still don't have that unit production now. I want to slow it down quickly here just so I can see what the map looks like. 83 units for my brother. I'm sitting on 50. Villages is on 11. Okay, he's been pressed there in the middle. We're starting to get the military out again. And on their side, 83. He's starting to build up. Pop cap at 34. 45. I mean, decent amount going on here. And if I just want to stop here because this is the thought that I feel is a big difference with my play and a lot of my team in terms of military production. Maybe I'm not that bad. I've got 12 barracks. That's a lot. I've got 8 archery ranges. That's okay. I've got no. But actually, I do. No, sorry, that's my teammate. Sorry, that's my teammate. Let me just look at it. My side, my side. I've got 1 barracks. I've got 2 archery ranges. And I've got 4 horsemen. And that is my mistake. My brother, he's got 4. He's got 2. Okay, he's got no spearmen. He's kind of the same way I am. And 13 villagers is starting to pick up. He's now starting to get he's got 12 spearmen, 8 archery ranges. And you can see he is starting to build up that military. But it's more on the production side than on the unit side. You know, that's kind of going to come. Look at Op. 2 TC Op. He's already almost pop cap. Economy is off the roof. Probably twice as fast than we are decided to go early 2 TC. Military's on 94. In terms of archery, it's got 9 barracks already, 11 archery ranges. I think he knows what he wants to do. Other Op 3, no archery ranges, 3 horses. I mean, and then the guy was pressing under us. He's got 4 archery ranges and he's got 4 stables. These guys are not in a peak position. They're not in the peak position. They went high on gold so they can go elite horsemen. Okay, that's good. They do have got a lot of eco units going, different to ours. Something I always talk to my team about, try and get your trade centers out. There was a default trade center going. I ended up putting my units back in my base because there wasn't any other trades going. So that's something like a message I can give to my team again. But yeah, look at this time. At this time, the op has got a plan, and they got a plan. They went high on gold. They hurt us a little bit early, and they allowed one of their teammates to eco up. And I think that's the big, probably, inch that we don't have in the game. So yeah, I think from there the game speaks for itself. I don't think I need to go around. I think maybe I can do a bit more on production. Looking at op, I don't think I'm that far back. Maybe the play is 2 TC. Yeah, maybe that's the play. Something we desperately have to look into. I think my teammates definitely going to be speaking to them about getting more trades up and securing our trade, and then definitely the center attack. And I think from our side also, like the amount of military units, when we get that units up, when we go on eco, what eco do we go for? I think these are important things we need to look at when it comes to team games. So anyway, guys, that's been good. Nice lesson learned there. I'm not going to finish off this game. We end up getting smashed. It's going to take about an hour and a minute to get there. I mean, it took a while. It wasn't something sort of easy pickings for them. They had to sort of work their way. But once the tide shifted, the game was largely over. Anyway, guys, thanks again for this. I'm going to catch you up, and hopefully you guys have also learned some.
Discovery and conquest will stand the test of time. Together, we have battled through history.